Why am I making a video about watching a video of Game of Thrones? Why am I really watching it? Is someone making a video of me making this video? Paranoia is one of the beloved terms of pop psychology. What, you think the government's out to spy on everybody? Dude, don't be so paranoid. The Diagnostic and Statistical Manual applies the diagnosis paranoid personality disorder to individuals who display a pervasive, persistent, and enduring mistrust of others and a profound cynicism toward others and the world. Paranoia is an endlessly recurring theme in Mr. Robot.
She infected me with her damn paranoia. We're all living in each other's paranoia.
And Game of Thrones.
But Baelish, perhaps I was wrong to distrust you.
Distrusting me was the wisest thing you've done since you climbed off your horse.
What is paranoia? Is it all in my head? I read and recommend a nifty article in the New York Times by Dr. Richard Friedman, who basically says we should not speak of paranoia, but paranoias. Yes, looks like paranoia, like everything else in human behavioral studies these days, exists on a spectrum.
Whatever happened to crazy?
As a neurogroupie, I wonder what brain parts are involved in paranoia. There are a lot of them, including massive oversimplification alert, the amygdala. The amygdala is an almond-shaped area on either side of the brain that was basically mentioned by Mr. Robot himself in the season opener.
That part of my mind, part that doesn't allow good to exist without condition.
The amygdala is famously involved in recognizing danger. You feel a touch on your shoulder. It could be Sabran having fun.
Getting a bit old to be a squire, aren't we?
Or it could be Arya Stark having fun. All your amygdala knows is something's up. If you imagine someone with a hyperactive amygdala, one that always reacts as if something is going on, then you toss in a little disordered thinking, maybe some schizophrenia, and then it is easy to imagine that suite of super suspicious symptoms that we call paranoia. Paranoia is not necessarily a bad thing. As our Darwinist pals might remind us, we did not evolve from that young ape who saw something funny moving in the tall grass and thought, it's probably nothing. Sir Eddard Stark was hardly paranoid at all when he went down to King's Landing. He was a northerner. He assumed that people who seemed to be trustworthy were.
I did warn you not to trust me.
Mr. Robot also shows us the downside of, let's call it a hyperactive amygdala.
Hackers. We inherently trust no one, including each other.
Whether it involves the super suspicions of King's Landing intrigue or endless fears of techno-domination, we can think of the amygdala as one brain area to rule them all. Thank you immensely much for watching. So who do you think is more paranoid, Cersei or Elliot? Which one has more reason to be suspicious? I post new videos every Thursday, and as they should say at Essos, Valor Subscribus. All men and women must subscribe.